Hey everyone, this is Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here to do a fun thing that we're doing on the Crafty Channel Surf. 6 of us, I believe it's 6 of us, have started with a layout that was Leah picked. She did the layout and we've been passing it on. So I'm the final stop. This is the layout that Christina made that you will have seen just, I think we're doing a video a day, so you should have just seen this yesterday. And it's super fun. So I have no idea what any of the other girls made or what the original layout is supposed to look like. I just get to work off of this one. So I'm deciding that there's a bunch of really fun layers and 2 photos and all of that. So I am going to use nothing but my scraps today. So let me just grab what I'm doing. I'm sorry if you can hear Nora. She's sleeping in the swing beside me. So I have my 2 photos. I have this cute photo of Nora and this really fun photo of Jackson that I snapped. And these are just my 2 favorite photos at the moment. Not exactly sure what the layout's going to be about. I just know I want to use these photos. I've grabbed some pinks and some teals, which are kind of my go-to. I grabbed this XOXO paper and this pink paisley paper because I thought it would work well to do the off play there in one way or the other. I'm not sure if it's going to go that way or this way. This had a heart cut out of it, so it can go either way. I just haven't decided. I did grab some house paper because both the photos were taken at home. This piece of Cool Kid black. Some more teal. This is from the On Trend 2 collection. And finally this beautiful Maggie Holmes floral. I really am thinking about cutting out one of the florals, or I have the option of using this black and white check paper. So that is what I am starting with, and I'll get you on fast forward and you can see where this ends up. Don't forget that the links to everyone's videos, just in case you've missed them, will be in my description below. Thanks for watching. The first thing I am wanting to do is grab that beautiful floral paper. This is that Maggie Holmes scrap that I had. And I had used this paper for a layout for the Spiegel Mom Scraps blog hop from a couple months ago. And so that's where that scrap came from. The back of it is a really pretty checkered black and white checkered on it. So I know I want to use one floral because I want to put that yellow next to my daughter's photo. And so I cut that out knowing I want to do that. I was thinking about using these houses, and they are really cute, but they're not going to make it on the layout. So I'm going to start piecing together the layout and getting the foundation of it ready to go. I'm aware that I want to use this piece of crepe paper. This is from the Valentine's Day line from this year. And I'm also using this piece, and this is another scrap that is from a Paige Evans line. So I have a whole bunch of different scraps from different companies. They're all kind of pink paisley crepe paper type things, but so they go together well, but they are all different brand lines. And I'm also going to use a strip of this. This is from the crepe paper Boys Rule, is that what it's called? But it's the boy collection from crepe paper that came out, I think that was last year or the year prior to that. So that is seriously the basis of my layout, following what I had seen Christina do, and her layout was so much fun and it had such vibrant colors to it, and I wanted to kind of play off that, but instead I decided to do a little more of a monochrome. I add a little bit of pink that you'll see in a minute, but other than that it stays yellow, pink, and teal. So that's what I played off of. I wanted my photos to be the highlight of this layout, and I was really afraid that if I added brighter colors that might not be the case. You would notice the colors more. I also had these strips. So the pink that you see is from a very old Maggie Holmes collection, like one of her first ones, and that yellow one just was in my stash. I don't know where it came from, but it was there. And now I'm thinking about how to decorate it. In Christina's layout, she had a bunch of stuff above one of the photos, and I'm trying to mimic that there. Thinking tags are going to work really well, so I'm going to go through all of my tags, and I'm going to grab one that you saw. I'm going to flip it to make it the white part of it, and I'm also grabbing the one you see right there, that clear kind of acetate type one. That again is from this year's line, from the Valentine's line from Crepe Paper. And I wanted to use that yellow, but it is the wrong, it's just the wrong vibrance to it. It's too bright, so it's not going to work. And then I'm kind of thinking, well, I've gotten that down, let's work on my title. And while I was thinking about what I wanted my title to be, I also saw this Paige Evans little card here, and it's meant to be a journaling card, but the very top of it has really neat little triangles on it, and I thought, oh, that would be neat. So I add that and then 2 tags, and that could be my little cluster at the top, and I really like that. But again, I'm going to switch out that 1 tag. So now that that's kind of done, I'm going to just flip to see if there's anything else I want to use for some major embellishments here. This layout is actually quite simply embellished, but it's got a lot of punch to it. So I am trying to decide on which journaling card to use for my journaling, because again, in Christina's original layout, she had, there were 2 photos in a journaling strip. So I am trying to follow that, because again, we're trying to see if we can get as close to the original layout, which was 6 layouts ago now, as possible. So I'm trying, but I don't tend to follow things very well. So here we go. You can see I've changed that tag to a white one. I added some string and made some bows to it. With that leftover tag, I like to save my tags. I cut off that really fun black triangle part and just added that to my top corner there. Added some more black and another element there. I added an, I'm kind of auditioning what flare I want to use on that floral, but I am going to end up deciding to go with the black XOXO. Again, it's kind of a pop of color, although it's not color, it's black, but it's the pop that of contrast I'm kind of looking for there. But I also knew I wanted yellow in one other spot, so I'm going to add that little paperclip type thing there, and I think it just says today or something along those lines. So that's going to fit really well, and that gives me kind of my 3 pops of yellow that I'm wanting. I added the date before I started writing my journaling so I could kind of adhere everything down. And at this point, you can see that I actually lost that piece of journaling card I was going to use above the tag. I don't know where that is, so I have to cut the bottom part. Thankfully it's the same thing, and use it, because I completely misplaced it. I have no idea where it went. And kind of to finalize and have just kind of another fun little element up there, I added some paper clips again from the Valentine's Day line. I don't know why I was so obsessed with using that line on this layout, but I was, and it's just the XOXO, so I used those. And then in Christina's layout, she had a really neat little top embellishment, and I'm just trying to mimic that. So I added those 2 frames and just layered them on top of each other. So that's how I am kind of mimicking that part of the layout there. My title is not in the same spot that hers was, but that's okay. That part I think isn't a huge deal. But I do title this layout Be Each Other's Best Friend, and my journaling is going to talk about how it's really important that as they're young, that they are each other's best friends, because as they get older, obviously they're going to drift apart and have their own friends and all of that. So I want them to enjoy their friendship while they're young. And so now I get to do my just finishing touches with all of my stickers. I add a sticker to one of those frames up there that just says together. That brings in a pop of teal up there. So again, just trying to make sure that there's colors all over the place. I do end up adding this yellow rose. It's beautiful. Obviously you can tell it's kind of from the same collection. This is the Gather collection, I believe. And I'm actually going to place it right below the journaling card. I thought it kind of worked well, and it helped because of the fact that that banner is kind of half on the journaling card. It just kind of helped make it not look quite so funny there. So I really actually like the placing of that. And do I do much else? I have to do something because there's a minute left in this video. While I'm looking for other things, let me just remind you, I am the last video. So if you are watching me first, you should backtrack all the way back to Leah's video and start from there. And this was a really, really fun thing that we did, and I really hope that we get a chance to do it again soon because it was so much fun and we have such talented ladies that joined us. So make sure to check my description box if you haven't seen everyone else's layouts, and there will be some close-ups at the end. If you have any questions, please leave them below too. I will try to get to them as soon as possible. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!